Coming up on Fox 35 News, we are tracking the tropics. Tropical weather is already dumping rain on parts of the state. See the new track that just came out.
Plus, a suspected drunk driver on I-4. Other drivers block him in, then the sheriff makes the stop. That's coming up next at 5.
Fox 35 News starts now. Tracking the tropics.
Take a look. This is the new cone of uncertainty just released seconds ago. Osceola and Brevard counties are still under tropical storm warnings as a potential tropical system makes its way here to Florida. Thanks for joining us. I'm Luann Sorrell.
And I'm John Brown. That system already bringing a lot of rain to the southern parts of the state. Fox 35 storm team meteorologist Brooks Garner joins us now with the latest on where the storm is headed and what might happen. Brooks.
Yes. The forecast maintains that South Florida, John, gets the brunt of this system. We're going to see heavy rains rolling in as soon as tonight, continuing through tomorrow there, with generally lighter rains here across central Florida. This is slow to organize, still a potential tropical system, even at this late hour relative to when this is going to work ashore, because there's so much wind shear blowing the thunderstorms east of this now exposed center. The Hurricane Center, the hurricane hunters that have been investigating simply cannot classify this as a tropical depression or a tropical storm. At this point, it's tropical rain, and it's a big one coming in. Could drop over a foot of rain across South Florida. Winds of 40 miles an hour right now, as estimated by the recon flights. But it's not about the wind with this. It is going to be about the rain. So where's the rain heaviest with this? It'll be tracking right along and south of its track. That's where it will rain hardest. Now, there are tropical storm warnings in effect for Polk, Osceola, Brevard County, as well as the offshore waters east of Volusia for winds that could gust over 40, maybe 45 miles per hour, tropical storm conditions. But by far, the heaviest rain is going to be across South Florida in the Palm counties all the way south into Miami-Dade. So as far as the spaghetti models go, there's consensus of that track from Fort Myers to Fort Pierce. And as far as the moisture, we're going to see the most intense moisture working up into our neck of the woods mid-morning tomorrow. This is Saturday morning before exiting the coast quickly thereafter. And that is going to bring a bout of some heavy rain to our region, but just a brief bout, because overnight it is going to be pouring all night across South Florida. We'll just catch a bit of this before finally the system pushes east. Coming up, we're going to take a look at the radar. We'll take a look at storm totals as well and impacts you can expect, so you can try and plan your weekend around this thing, guys.
All right, thanks a lot, Brooks. And as Brooks said, Central Florida will not face the brunt of the storm, but we should still be paying attention. Governor Ron DeSantis spoke about the storm earlier today. He says whatever the forecast, this time of year is when you should be getting ready for anything.
People say it's going to be a big hurricane. It's not going to be big. They have all these predictions. Look, we've got to be ready no matter what. A lot of these predictions aren't right either way. Sometimes they'll say there aren't a lot of storms, then you'll get a big storm at the end. And so our preparations are the same no matter what.
The governor says Floridians should have that same mentality for their own households. And of course, you can still stock up on the hurricane supplies tax-free through June the 10th.
Right now, people in South Florida are heeding the governor's warning. This is a live look at downtown Miami, where it has been raining steadily all day long. Forecasters say the storm could bring nearly a foot of rain to that city.
Our street floods anytime there's a rain. It rained a few days ago and our whole yard was flooded.
The major concern in South Florida is flash flooding. And ahead of any potential landfall, be sure you have our Fox 35 Storm Team weather app downloaded on your phone. Our storm team will send you alerts about any watches or warnings in your area straight to the palm of your hand. That way you are always weather aware. We are following some breaking news tonight. Do you recognize this man? Orlando police say he attacked a woman out riding her bike and sexually assaulted her.
The attack happened at Signal Hill Park in Orlando, and that's where we find Fox 35's Lara Greenberg. She joins us live. So, Lara, police officers still looking for that suspect right now.
Yeah, John, that's exactly right. And actually, they say that this happened a couple of weeks ago, but it was just today that they released the sketch of the suspect in this case.
Thanks, Lara. Also developing this evening, a push for justice after a deadly officer-involved shooting. Today, attorney Benjamin Crump said that he's demanding to see body cam video of the shooting death of James Lowry. He was shot and killed by Officer Joshua Payne back in December. Fox 35's Dave Puglisi is live in Titusville tonight. And Dave, Lowry's mother spoke also for the very first time today. What did she say?
Well, John, Linda Lowry Johnson was standing out here in front of these steps at the Titusville courthouse right next to Ben Crump. She was a little bit soft-spoken, but she made her point clear and that she wants to see the officer convicted and her son's death.
Dave, thank you. A woman slashed with a machete. Police in Titusville just released some new details about this gruesome attack.
And now investigators. That woman is fighting for her life. Fox 35 anchor Ray Vieta is in the alert center with more on the suspect today. Ray.
John and Luann, police say this man right here not only attacked the woman with a machete, they say he also used a rifle to shoot her as she tried to run away. Titusville police say the two were in a relationship.
Fox 35 News at 5, just getting started. Still ahead, welcome to Rockville. Fans finally learn whether they're going to get a refund from this year's rained out event.
Plus, thousands of dollars worth of perfume stolen from a local beauty shop in just minutes. How something hidden inside one of the bottles led police right to the suspects.
And Fox 35 News uncovers the truth behind what's killing dozens of ducks at a local lake. We'll tell you if bird flu is actually to blame.
Shinsuke Nakamura are on a quest for payback after Bloodline domination knocked out their teammates. It's an all-new edition of Friday Night SmackDown, live at 8 Eastern, 7 Central, tonight on Fox. Fox 35 News is brought to you by Morgan & Morgan, America's largest injury law firm. Tracking the Tropics, brought to you by AQA Air Quality Assessors.
This is Tracking the Tropics, and we are watching a system in the Gulf. It is yet to be determined whether it's a depression or a storm. It's expected to become a storm tonight. Alex would be the name, and then crews across Florida bringing flooding rains to South Florida. More coming up.
Fox 35 is tracking some rain across Central Florida right now. This is a live look from the Fox 35 Storm Team Thunder Truck, which is driving right near Orlando International Airport. You can see just a little rain on the windshield there. The wipers are moving a little slow. Well, this is all connected to that tropical system that is swirling out in the Gulf. And Fox 35 Storm Team meteorologist Brooks Garner is tracking it very closely.
All right, Brooks, so explain it for us. What are we going to see this weekend here?
Well, we will see a light to moderate rain developing tonight across Central Florida. By far, the heaviest action is going to be across South Florida, where flooding rain is a possibility. Bottom line is this: we've got a tropical storm expected across the state tonight. Right now, it is not a tropical storm. It is considered a potential tropical system, but that said, it's got all of the impacts that a tropical storm would have. The heaviest rain looks to be from Fort Myers to Fort Pierce, along Osceola, or I should say Lake Okeechobee, south towards South Florida. But right now, we're seeing rain, a light to moderate rain, as indicated, across southern Osceola, southern Polk, and possibly now even into portions of Orlando. So we'll flip over the radars and see. In fact, we are, after a couple of thunderstorms earlier today, some brief downpours, highly isolated, we are now starting to see that hallmark tropical signature on radar. What is that? It's this kind of like amorphous light activity. It's not the tight thunderstorm activity you'd see in one defined area. So it's almost kind of akin to drizzle. Let's go to the big picture. I'll show you what's going on. We've got a system right now that is in the developmental stages. It does have winds of 40 miles an hour. It's a gale center in the Gulf, but the wind shear is so intense that all the thunderstorms have been blown east of the system. Now keep that in mind, because as this track takes it into Fort Myers tomorrow afternoon, all of the rain is going to run out ahead of this system. In fact, by the time the storm arrives, most of the rain is going to be over. That said, we've got tropical storm warnings in orange across the state from Polk, Osceola, Brevard, points south. So that does include parts of our viewing area, including the coastal waters offshore of Volusia County and off of Cape Canaveral. Winds could gust well over 40 miles an hour. But by and large, the heaviest rain and impacts will be along and south of the track. So we're going to be just on the edge of this thing. The models agree this is going to be a southwest Florida event. Track taking it toward Cape Coral and Punta Gorda, and then exiting around Fort Pierce and the Vero Beach area, Sebastian's Inlet. Here's a look outside Hard Rock Hotel. It is gray. It's kind of a peculiar shade of gray, that gray that you know something is up. This is not normal for this time of year to see a sky like that. 85 degrees. So tomorrow is a Fox 35 storm alert day with a tropical system in our vicinity. 84 degrees the high. Behind the system, check it out, John and Luann. It is back to summer. Low to mid 90s, humidity, sea breeze, thunderstorms. It is going to feel like July. I'll have more on this thing coming up. We've got new updates for the next half hour.
All right. Thank you, Brooks. Local Amazon drivers say they're fed up. Why the rising cost of gas has them demanding more money, too.
And coming up all new on the News Edge at 6 o'clock, deputies are searching for this guy. Wait until you hear what he's accused of doing just one day after being released from prison.
Tomorrow's a Fox 35 Storm Alert Day. Be prepared. Download our app now.
On deck at 5:30, Florida schools are struggling to find enough teachers right now.
Yeah, how a massive local job fair could help fill some of those positions. And an update to a Fox 35 News investigation. Officials now confirming what is killing ducks at a local lake. That's coming up right here on Fox 35 News at 5.
The next generation of Fox 35 Storm Tracker Radar is here. It's the fastest, most accurate weather tracking tool in Central Florida, giving you time to prepare, alerting you first, keeping your family safe. Depend on Fox 35 with the next generation of Storm Tracker Radar.
The Fox 35 News app is driven by Toyota of Orlando and Toyota of Claremont.
Right now, Fox 35 is tracking rain across Central Florida. Here's a live look from the Fox 35 Storm Team Thunder Truck. Pretty, actually, there's not much rain at all going there right now. That's what I was looking for. Thank you, Luann.
Sure.
And it's actually a beautiful sky up ahead. Don't you know, sometimes it happens this way. But there is rain out there. They're on their way over to Brevard County, where they're under a tropical storm warning. Fox 35 Storm Team meteorologist Brooks Garner joins us right now. Thank you
So,
again.
Brooks, you're welcome. I'm here when you need me. Brooks, what is the latest with this system that's churning in the Gulf right now?
You know, by far the worst of it will stay in South Florida, so we can kind of breathe a little bit with this one, but I'll tell you, it's coming pretty close. Heavy rain is on the way there. It's already happening, and it's going to intensify overnight. I mean, look what's happening right now down in Sunny Isles, north of Miami. It is gray. It is raining. The cocoa palms, talk about pretty, even when it's raining. I mean, let's be honest, they're beautiful. But yeah, it's not the best beach day. You're not going to get that Florida tan when the weather looks like this. Not exactly warm. But look at all this moisture coming up from the south. The question, of course, this evening is how far north does it go? Well, right now we are on the edge of it. We are catching a couple of light showers, and that trend will generally continue with a light rain overspreading the area this evening. But by and large, the heaviest stuff will be along and south of the line from Lake Okeechobee in Fort Pierce down through the Keys. That's where over a foot of rain may fall before this is all said and done. John and Luann, this is a good dress rehearsal, though, for the hurricane season, I'll tell you that.
Yeah, it sure is. Brooks, thank you much. Well, school districts all across Florida are struggling right now with a teacher shortage. They're scrambling to fill thousands of open positions in the next 2 months.
Recruiters hope to land a lot of strong candidates tomorrow at a huge job fair for teachers. Fox 35's Randy Hildreth joins us live from the Orange County Convention Center. So, Randy, what happens if they can't fill all those open positions?
Yeah, that's an important question. It's one we keep asking. Who is going to teach our children in the fall? I can tell you that there will be more job fairs. That's what district leaders are telling me that will happen throughout the summer. Now, this afternoon, I've watched district representatives go through those doors right behind me, taking in bins and boxes of supplies to get ready for tomorrow to meet candidates.
Thanks, Randy. A Fox 35 News update tonight. People living around Lake Dot in Sanford finally have some answers about all those dead ducks that have been washing up along the shores of the lake.
And tonight they are thanking Fox 35 for investigating. As Fox 35's Dave Puglisi reports, officials now say bird flu is to blame.
Well, coming up next on Fox 35 News at 5, it is prime time for weddings, and of course, costs are skyrocketing.
Now couples are having to cut more than just the cake. We take a look at some wedding hacks to help you budget for your big day.
TMZ! Camille Vasquez with her boyfriend, British guy who works in real estate.
Real estate in L.A.?
He's British.
British people can work in L.A.
Tonight at 7:30 on Fox 35.
These viewers already cashed in for $2,000 from Fox 35.
Well, how about we double that prize to $4,000?
How about I love it? All you have to do is watch Good Day Orlando starting Monday.
Enter the keyword at fox35orlando.com by 8 a.m. for your chance to now win $4,000. The Good Day cash giveaway.
Well, Pride Month is underway, and there are a lot of events happening around town. That includes a near 5K. It is a 4.9K in honor of the 49 victims of the Pulse nightclub shooting. The funds from the run will help the One Pulse Foundation and the Memorial Museum. The goal is to help the community come together in a positive way. Well, coming up next here on Fox 35 News at 5, UCF is helping NASA go to the dark side of the moon. We'll explain how they're doing that coming up.
And Queen Elizabeth watching her celebrations from home on the second day of the Platinum Jubilee. And much of the attention was on a former royal couple who got a less than warm reception.
All right, first of all, the Fox 35 Pump Patrol. We found $4.69 a gallon at the Citgo on North Country Club Road near Wilbur Avenue in Lake Mary. And we'll be right back here on Fox 35 News at 5.
The Fox 35 News app is driven by Toyota of Orlando and Toyota of Claremont.
With the Super 6 Baseball Challenge, you can take a swing at winning Big Papi's money all season long. Just download the free-to-play Super 6 app now and pick 6 outcomes for your chance to win $10,000 of Big Papi's money.
Day 2 of celebrations for Queen Elizabeth's Platinum Jubilee was missing one very important thing. We're talking about the Queen herself.
Yeah, the monarch decided to sit out today's festivities after experiencing some discomfort yesterday. As Fox 35's Madeline Rivera reports, the show still went on. We continue to keep a close eye on the tropics tonight.
And Fox 35 Storm Team meteorologist Brooks Garner joins us once again. So where are we at this point?
Well, there haven't been any changes since earlier today. This is still a potential tropical system. It's still bringing heavy rain to South Florida. It's still coming through tomorrow, and it's still going to be a headache for our weekend. Why couldn't this happen during the week, right? If you had any beach plans tomorrow. Look at this satellite image. I mean, there are clouds just from basically Daytona all the way south into the Bahamas and Cuba. All the orange, by the way, tropical storm warning. So it is expected tonight to become Tropical Storm Alex. It's not right now because even though it's got winds of 40 miles an hour, the winds are blowing all the thunderstorms to the east of the center. And so technically, you've got to have those over the center for this to be classifiable. That's expected to happen later tonight with that wind shear relaxing just a little bit. But it's forecast to make a landfall in southwest Florida shortly after lunchtime tomorrow, then exiting the coast at Fort Pierce shortly after dinner time. So it's just going to be a quick day transit, and in doing so, dumping a lot of rain. I mean, this is going to be a deluge for South Florida along and south of the forecast track. North of the forecast track, there still could be some rain, and some of the models are suggesting the rain's going to kind of peel up and maybe give a little bit of a tinge here to Brevard County. And by tinge, I mean several inches. Meanwhile, Orlando may not see much. But we've got a tropical storm warning in effect for Brevard, Osceola, and Polk County. Looking around the region, this is Clearwater on the Gulf Coast. Here's St. Pete Beach. Things looking okay, and if you look toward the northwest here, the skies are blue, but around the region, especially in South Florida, conditions are really deteriorating. So we've been watching these cameras really telling the story. So through the evening, we're going to see conditions generally deteriorating around Florida, and we'll see light rain developing here. That's a shot from Tampa. All right, let's get over to our other maps, our rainfall maps. But before that, I want to show you this. This is Duck Key. This is down the Middle Keys near Marathon, and it is pouring rain there, and it's been windy. You can see the palm trees blowing. So that's one of the spots that's going to catch the full force of this. Wind won't be the biggest issue, although it will be windy. It's going to be the rain, and the rain really will be a force in a stripe from Cape Coral through basically Port St. Lucie points south. There's going to be a stripe of what could be over a foot of rain. Right now, we're starting to catch some light rain. This is the scoop for us this evening. We'll see light rain overspreading the area in a line from basically the attractions through Orlando up into Daytona Beach. Real light stuff, no impacts here, just a nuisance. But overnight, we could see some slightly heavier storms. Now, as far as storms go, we've had a couple of them up in Fox 51 country in Dixie and Levy counties, but this is where all of the moisture is. You can see the twist here as it heads northeastward. All right, here's the 7-day forecast. Tomorrow, needless to say, is a Fox 35 storm alert day. We've got tropical energy just to our south. We're going to miss the heart of this, thankfully. This is more of a dress rehearsal for us. We'll get some welcome rain in Brevard County, kind of a drought-stricken region, 84 the high, and it'll be followed by some heat next week. You know, John and Luann, the irony of this is we may get some heavier rain and some stronger storms from the daily afternoon sea breeze storms on a 95-degree summer day next week than we will from this. But this is definitely raising eyebrows, and we'll watch it carefully because, after all, it's the tropics and the forecast can change a little bit.
Absolutely. Brooks, thank you. Still ahead on Fox 35 News at 5 tonight, something we've never seen before at the National Spelling Bee.
The historic finish as the final 2 contestants battled it out for the big win. And they're known as all-natural sleep aids, but they're proven to be dangerous at times and even deadly for some kids. What you need to know if you have melatonin in your medicine cabinet. Well, still ahead here on Fox 35 News at 5. One of the best players in UCF football history is calling it a career.
Why Mackenzie Milton is hanging up his cleats for good. Plus, a local town is on alert right now after this black bear was walking around. We're going to tell you where the sighting happened, all new on the News Edge at 6.
Fox 35 News is brought to you by Morgan & Morgan, America's largest injury law firm.